The passing of Pope Francis marks the end of a remarkable era. He leaves behind a great legacy. Pope Francis is remembered for several groundbreaking achievements that were firsts in the history of the world. He was the first Latin American Pope. The first Jesuit to succeed to the throne of Saint Peter. The first Pope to take the name of one of the most beloved saints, Saint Francis of Assisi. And the first Pope to publish his autobiography. We bow our heads in memory of Pope Francis. On the 13th of March 2013, when he appeared in plain white robes on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica as the newly elected Pope, he immediately found a place in people's hearts. He humbly asked the people to pray for him and to bless him. Like his predecessors, Pope Francis left a unique mark on the Church and the world. He introduced large-scale Curia reforms in the Vatican and launched the Synod on Synodality in the Church. During the conclave, when it became clear that Cardinal Bergoglio would be the next Pope, Brazilian Cardinal Claudio Humes whispered to him, "Do not forget the poor." Inspired instantly by the thought of Saint Francis, Bergoglio chose the name Francis and remained a champion of the poor. He constantly reminded the Church to stay away from wealth and luxury and to live and testify to the gospel of simplicity. His words and actions were deeply dedicated to the poor.
Francis of Assisi, for me, is the man of poverty.
Della povertà.
Oh, how I would like a church for the poor.
E per I poveri.
Many of his teachings and initiatives as Pope reflected his unwavering commitment to the marginalised.
A person who only thinks about making walls again and again
Sia dove sia.
and not making bridges is not a Christian.
Non è cristiano.
He called for a church that places the poor at its heart, showing care for migrants and refugees, the homeless, prisoners, and the victims of war and violence. Even a day before his death, during his Easter Sunday message, his appeal for peace and an end to violence was echoed across the world.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona Pasqua. Benedicat Deus, omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sancti.
Because of his frequent focus on the marginalized, some referred to him as the Pope of the Peripheries. His apostolic journeys to remote and lesser-known churches in countries like Mongolia, Indonesia, Timor-Leste, Papua New Guinea, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, the Philippines, Japan, the Sudan, and Burkina Faso were powerful expressions of this mission to reach the peripheries. Beyond the Church, Pope Francis was also known for his deep commitment to the environment. His encyclical Laudato Si was a direct result of this. In it, he criticized consumerism and irresponsible economic development, expressed ongoing concern about environmental degradation and global warming, and called on people everywhere to take swift and unified global action.
We are living at a critical moment of history. We still have time to make the change needed to bring about a sustainable and integral development, for we know that things can change.
Having witnessed the horrors of war up close, he fought for peace and reconciliation and called for an end to the arms race and violence.
Today we will trust in Holy Saint Mary and implore her for peace in Ukraine, in all the places lacerated by war. The noise of weapons covers the attempts for dialogue. The right to use force prevails over human rights. But we will not become discouraged. We will continue to hope and pray because God is the one who guides history and who listens to us.
His appeals for peace were powerful and unwavering. He fostered fraternal relationships with other Christian churches and worked toward unity and global cooperation. He collaborated with leaders like Archbishop Justin Welby of the Church of England to promote peace in the Sudan. And other regions. He also maintained cordial relations with leaders of major religions such as Islam. In February 2019, alongside the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Tayyib, he signed the historic document on human fraternity for world peace and living together in Abu Dhabi. During his 2004 visit to Indonesia, he blessed the Tunnel of Friendship connecting St. Mary of the Assumption Cathedral and Istiqlal Mosque in Jakarta as a symbol of interfaith harmony. Pope Francis was not without critics, both within and outside the Church. His statements in favor of LGBTQ people and divorced individuals, his Curia reforms, his openness to pluralism, the restrictions he placed on the traditional Latin Mass, and his call to welcome migrants and refugees drew criticism. Even in large crowds, his attention was always on the individual, a child, a young person, or a common person standing before him. No one remained untouched by his deep humility and simplicity, his warmth and accessibility. Pope Francis departs in this special Jubilee year of hope, which he continued to lead despite his health struggles. When he leaves this world and the world bids farewell to this good Pope, his lasting message to the Church and the world will be this: continue the journey as pilgrims of hope and follow the path of peace and mercy shown by the Good Shepherd, Jesus Christ.